Hey y'all. Okay, so I just figured it out. I've been wondering why can't I go live on my YouTube? And I just looked it up and it said I can go live on my camera with my webcam, but I'm not eligible for mobile streaming. What in the world is this? So I can do this. I can record a video and then show it to y'all later instead of worrying about doing it on my laptop, which is a giant pain in the butt. I can't believe that they have it set up that way. Y'all seem so close. I don't know what it is when the Facebook lives are the Facebook lives are a lot further away, and then when I do my video camera for my YouTube, it's like so close up. It's like y'all are right there. Okay, this is better, I think. Right? I'm gonna try to cross my legs. All right, there we go. Phew. That took some work. So I tried to do my live Facebook tonight and it just went awry pretty quickly. I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes in, I pushed the wrong button and then it shut off. And then I had a hard time getting people back. And then I wasn't organized and people were fading on me. So I thought I'd jump on over here and talk to y'all. Because I just feel, I don't know, like there's less pressure on YouTube. Like, I don't know. I probably shouldn't explain that part to y'all. So I brought, or I happen to have beside me, my school book, but it also has in there my notes that I write whenever stories come to mind to tell y'all. I try, if I can, to write it down. I am so not like an organized person. Not that way. Like, there's a general area of where things are, but like right down to like where you get containers so everything can fit in it just nicely and stuff. I'm not that organized. So I'm going to show you an example. So somewhere in here, in these 2 or 3 pages, because everything's all mixed together, it's not like I have tabs. I have sections by the folder, but that doesn't help me divide this out. Oh, here we go. Okay, so somewhere around here, yeah, these are my notes. Oh, I actually did write them down in order. Usually I write things like in all different directions. I'm just going to flash that. I just write like all over the place as opposed to writing in a nice, neat, orderly fashion that I actually did on those couple of pages right up and down, which is rare. Usually it's a little crazy. Wow, wow. Lots of things going on I have my laptop on right this second, and there's all kinds of stuff happening. Okay, so let me look through here real quick because, you know, normally I get all organized and I'm like, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to tell them. I know exactly what I'm going to wear. I know exactly what I'm going to do. But today was one of those days, like I'm trying to tell y'all. It's just one of those days. I decided to just take my math test tomorrow because it was one of those days. And I thought, I'm just going to go live before it gets any later. I have a hair somewhere. Where is it? There it is. I'm like, I'm just going to go live before it gets any later because I'm starting to get tired. Because here's what I didn't tell y'all. So if I don't take a Benadryl or 2 Benadryl, I will not go to sleep on time to get up on time the next day. Of course, eventually I'll go to sleep, but it won't even be like, if I don't take something to knock me out, it's not a rested night's sleep. It's tossing and turning, and I'm kind of like awake the whole time and aware of every single time that I roll over and all that. So I prefer to just knock myself out. And so last night after I did everything I needed to do, I'm like, okay, it's my time. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch me some Below Deck. I'm going to relax. And I could have sworn that I took my Benadryl before I sat down to watch my show. So I figured by the time the show is over, the Benadryl will kick in and I'll go to bed like I'm supposed to. But no, mm-mm. The show's over and I'm still wide awake and I'm checking some stuff on my phone. And the next thing I know, I look up at the clock and it's like 12:20 and I'm like, why am I awake? I don't understand what's happening. So I had to take the Benadryl late, which means I woke up late, which really wasn't that big of a deal because I'm like, I don't have to be in a classroom or anything. But I try to keep my schedule going to sleep every day at the same time and waking up at the same time just so that my body will like do it on its own. Because normally I get up, right before the alarm goes off because my body knows what time to get up. But if I don't go to sleep on time, it just doesn't happen. So sure enough, I didn't get up till late this morning, off to a late start. And then I explained it all already over there on These Secret Creations. If y'all want to watch that, about why I had such a problem with my math test today, and I'm just going to take it tomorrow. I'm not going to tell y'all again. I'm going to spare y'all that. But I am going to just take my math test tomorrow. Which means I need to go to sleep on time tonight. So I wanted to go ahead and get my videos done. And I told y'all I was going to come back on and pop back on and do a real quick video for y'all at the end of the weekend. Like I thought I was going to come on Sunday, but then it just didn't work out that way. Sometimes when you're doing live videos, you just don't realize how much time goes in before and after. And then by the time you're like, oh, we're just going to do a 30-minute video or whatever. But by the time you get ready for the video, whatever it is you're doing, and clean up after the video, or, post your video and, tend to your comments and all that kind of stuff, time is just like, it's like, uh-oh, it's late. So I thought, let me get on here. Even if I'm not prepared, I'll just come on because there's no pressure. I'm not live. Y'all are not waiting for me to say something. You are welcome to change the channel, right? And I won't even know. I won't even know the difference. So I'm like, I'm just going to come on. And then I'll find a story once I'm on there to tell them a story. Because there's a lot y'all haven't heard yet. And I already got out of Florida with y'all, right? On the YouTube ones. We already went through all of the Florida stuff, and I'd already made it back to Dallas. Yeah, because I already told y'all about Deja Vu and all of that, and teddy bears and all of that. So what do we need to fill y'all in on? Because y'all know just about everything. Facebook doesn't know that much unless they come over here to YouTube. So I get a little, and I don't have it separated out to where I'm like, I did those on Facebook and I did those on YouTube. I don't know which is which, except that I know that YouTube pretty much has all of my, let's go with PG-13, as opposed to just PG on Facebook. Oh, let's see, what haven't y'all heard yet? I've got check marks everywhere. So I feel like out of these stories, y'all have probably heard them already. We were talking about, on the last video, psychology, and how in the courses that I'm taking in the personality of psychology, or psychology of personality, that I feel like there's probably not a whole lot of hope. And I don't say that in a like a negative way, like, oh no, but I say it more in like, I don't know, kind of an accepting way. And you know that women like think as they talk, whereas men usually think before they talk, and women think as they talk. So as I talk to you, I figure out what it is that I'm trying to say or trying to understand about myself. and, possibly others. Because when you're younger, in your 20s, 30s, you always think there's hope for whoever you're with, um, as far as change. And you can make, subtle changes, I'm sure. You can do things like lose weight and, those types of things. Some behavioral changes, maybe somebody will quit drinking or, um, quit smoking or whatever. Not that I think that has much to do with your behavior, but um, I think in general, like the core of who the person is doesn't doesn't move all that much. I think what happens is your forms of disguise, if you will, change. You know, I would say that I don't know what the statistics are. I'll probably have to Google it. But in my world, the majority of the people that I know um, either drink, smoke, or eat. It's one of the three. And I think from the different things that I've learned from Freud, that depending on where in your stages you got problems, like if you were in your oral stage or your phallic stage, or I think that wherever you got stuck in those stages kind of will lend to what type of problem that you'll have, because everybody has problems, right? Like nobody is perfect, whether it be priests or teachers or coaches or I mean, I'm sure if we talked to Tony Robbins, we could find out that he's got some things wrong too. Like everybody's working on something, I hope everybody's working on something. I'm always working on something. Um, and you know that you're never going to reach perfection, but you still have to try to make the effort to make the improvement. Like I want there to be growth. Like just in a simple example of my backyard, it changes over time. Like let's say I decide like I want to have rose plants in a row. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to have these rose plants right here. And then a disease comes along and kills all my roses. So I have the choice now. Do I want to go and purchase roses again and plant them, or do I want to not have roses there, or I want to go to a different plant? But the way I've had to work things out with my backyard, because you know a lot of the pretty flowers that you like need so many hours of sun a day, and it's usually somewhere around 6. And there is not a lot of my backyard that will provide 6. Even though it seems like it's sunny when you're out there, we're always kind of right in the middle part where it is, but there's shade all the way around the edges all throughout the day, and there's very little that gets enough sun. But we don't know that, right? And so we like plant them, and then we're like, that plant's not doing so well right there. And so sometimes I have to move them around. Sometimes I have to just decide, like, I'm not going to be able to have this type of plant. Or sometimes they don't winter well. And it's like, I don't want to go through that again, because, my goal is to find things that are hardy and tough, that will reproduce themselves, and that will make it through the drought and still make it through whatever cold weather we have in the wintertime. That's the goal. And that doesn't need that much water. Um, so we go through different plants, and there's a lot of them that I love, but it's like, it's just not really the best plant for this yard at this time. And it constantly changes. And then obviously, like the older you get, or if you get an injury, like there's a lot of things that I wanted to do to my backyard, but now that my back is messed up, it's like not gonna have to scratch those things off. Gonna have to like alter the plan and go this way. And then sometimes, the altering is like just constant, and you're like, can I finally find a spot that's good? Um, but I think that that's good, and that's how your life should be too. Like your personal life, your spiritual growth and your mental health and like all that stuff. I think that you have to be hyper motivated to continually go to that improvement thing, like even if you're getting older, because I used to think like, who gives a crap? Like once you get to be 50, why does it even matter anymore? And then like now I'm 54 and it's like, okay, so it's not like I'm dead. I still need to, I still want to make a difference while I'm here. And because I'm a Christian, I do believe if you are here, then something's not done yet. You haven't finished yet. So you still have to do something. And I'm always looking for what that is. At the same time, knowing that God has a great sense of humor, and I've asked for a lot of things in the past, and all this could be now is that he is listening to me. I've asked for patience, and I don't know if y'all watch any sermons. I don't know if you're Christians, but Joyce Meyer is hilarious. I love Joyce. We're like the same human separated at birth, except she went good and I'm still here. But Joyce talks about how God, I just lost my train of thought. Just hang on 1 second. We'll be able to get back there. Talking about change and how you have to constantly strive for, and you're not dead yet. And you want to be like, I don't know where I was going with Joyce, but Joyce says funny things and has a great sense of humor. And I'm sure that I was going to relay some great, fabulous point, and that it was going to be funny and educational at the same time, but it's gone from my mind. Mm, hmm So you start realizing when you get older, like things happen very slowly. It's not right in front of your face. It's just that one day you're like, I can't really see that. What does that say? And you blink your eyes a couple times and you're like, what is. And then after doing that so long, you're like, I don't know. Maybe I should check into reading glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like you struggle with it for so long. And then you start realizing, like, okay, I have eyes. They're the same eyes that I've always had, but for some reason, now at night they get tired. But I am on the phone a lot and I'm on the computer a lot. And I imagine if I was just outside looking at trees, they would last a whole lot longer. But I think because of all the stimulation and all the crap that goes on, they get so tired. So by this time of the night, it's not good for me to study because I'll start getting things wrong and I'll start getting frustrated and try and hurry up and get through it so I can be done. And it's just not a good thing. So I know that I really need to be up early to do my stuff. Like this is something I have learned. Um, where was I going with this? So I started out telling y'all about the psychology of personality and how I think that we're already kind of the way that we are and that we can make small changes, but I don't think that the really big ones necessarily come unless there's like a really great spiritual experience, or like sometimes people will have a life-changing event, like have a heart incident or something, and that may cause them to turn around and change their life in a drastic way. Some people have those, not all people have those. So I used to think that when I was younger that people that were older like had it together because they were older, and now I just realized you don't have it together because you're older. You're just older. It doesn't mean anything about having it together. I mean, you could die 78 years old and still never have it together. So I'm striving to make some improvements so that I can look back and not see the same person, that I was 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 30 years ago, or when I get to that point 50 years ago. Like, I want to be able to say that it took a long time, but I see the growth. I see that I made progress. I see that I made changes, and that they were good enough to affect other people. Like, I was able to make somebody smile, or make somebody happy, or make somebody think about something a different way, or make somebody buy somebody lunch, or make somebody visit someone that they know at a nursing home, or make someone drink their water for the day. I mean, just real quick, I'm just gonna get a drink. I'm a serious water drinker. Now, when I first started drinking water, I hated it. You are talking to somebody who is like a sweet tea aholic, a Kool-Aid person. I've never been a big soda person, but anything that's like kind of mild and sweet, I love. Pina coladas, that kind of thing. And this is when I was a manicurist and I was going to my clients' homes, and I was going to very wealthy homes and people that were in very good shape and worked out and ate well, and would ride me about, you should eat right and you should take care of your skin and you should work out. And, they would like a bunch of moms on me. And so I was like, okay, they finally talked me into eating some salads, because salad was definitely not my thing. Now I eat salad like every day, and I love it, but I didn't used to. But when I first drank water and people would tell me to drink water, I was like, but it's just water. It's just like the inside of your mouth. It's no flavor. And then I realized, first of all, it has to be, for me, it has to be a squeeze bottle. I can't do like a glass of water where you just drink a glass of water, especially if it's tap water, and especially if it's like room temperature. Forget about it. Ain't happening. I can't do it. Now, squeeze bottle, squeeze, this is great because you can just suck on it. You can be upside down. I didn't take any water into my mouth. I just held my tongue there. So, I mean, you can control how much you get, or if you really want to and you're desperate, you can squeeze it down your throat just like that. But when you're outside in the summertime and it's hot, I will squeeze that water all over me. I love water. The other thing is, it has to be ice cold. And this is because I keep my water in the fridge where most people keep drinks. So, if the water is cold enough, and if you have a squeezy thing, you can just get it down. I easily do 3 bottles of water a day, depending on how many. And these are, what are these? How many ounces are these things I drink? These are, see what I mean? Like, I can see that. I can't see that. Hold on. These are 23 ounces, and I drink 3 of these a day. So it's 2, 4, 6. Like, I don't know, 70 ounces or something. But I could easily drink 4 or 5 bottles if I really needed to, or if I was extra thirsty. But usually 3 a day will get me through, and I find it easy as pie. And then if you're like, well, but it doesn't taste that good right now, then eat a little something. Like, eat a little, like a little Reese's Pieces, or eat just about anything that you would drink milk with. Like, I learned, if I get the water really cold, because like when I was a kid, I didn't like plain milk, but I like chocolate milk. I still like chocolate milk with like a lot of chocolate, like a little bit of milk with my chocolate is what I'm saying. But if you will eat like a little chocolate cupcake or something, and then down cold water, the way that cold water hits the back of your throat is the same way a cold glass of milk hits the back of your throat, and it's like the same like feeling for me, especially if I have a piece of chocolate and then drink my water. So just eat a little something that has a lot of flavor to it, and then your water will be really yummy going down. I'm just saying, you got to drink your water. It's really good for you. And you got to take your fish oil every day, which I try to do. And since I told y'all to do that today, I'm going to go in there and take my fish oil, because I try to take my vitamins every day. But y'all know, if you've watched my videos before, me trying to do anything every single day. I am not good at it. I'm not good at it. I don't know what happens if I try to work out every day, write in a journal every day, even do these videos every day. I never can, like, they say that you should do them at the same time every day, like get on at 6 o'clock well, I can't commit to that. Who knows where I'm going to be at 6 o'clock? What if I'm in the bathroom? What if I'm taking a shower at that time? What if I already ate or I need to eat or I'm in the middle of dinner? Like, I don't, how do you know? Like, I don't know. I can't have that scheduled of a life. Like, I have the general kind of need to go down to sleep at 11, kind of need to get up at 7 kind of thing going on. But that's in general. I might go to sleep at 11:30 and I might get up at 7:30. Or I might go to sleep at 10 and get up at 6. It just, I try for the general deal. But specific, right on the nose, like that kind of, that's a little bit too anal, even for me. Even for me. That's a lot for me to say. So, we didn't get into any story times. We're going to run out of time here any second now. But I'd like to come on, stay in touch with y'all so you can see me and I can see you. Hey, y'all, what are you doing? Um, the subscribers on YouTube are different than the Facebook subscribers. So you guys don't get to see me that often. I don't get to talk to you that often. I know I've got one that's in Amsterdam and he was supposed to be here this summer, but he didn't come this summer. And I really like to know where he is. I'm just saying, where are you, dude? What's happening? It's time for a visit. Just saying. And we can go live, if you want to, on my Facebook. If you come on my Facebook when I'm live, I could hit a button and pull you on, and we could both talk on Facebook. And you could talk that Dutch stuff and get everybody all impressed with it. Hell, I have a friend that I grew up with that moved to Amsterdam and now can like fluently speak Dutch, and it's so weird. Have y'all ever met anybody that that you're close with and really well, that you haven't seen in a long time, and suddenly they speak another language and they're living in another country? And do y'all know anybody like that? It's so weird. Like sometimes when he was here to visit, he'd be on the phone talking to people back in Amsterdam, just I'm like, oh my God, that is so weird to hear him speak Dutch. It freaks me out. Oh my gosh. But anyway, it might be cool for y'all to hear. So I'll see. I've got some interviews planned and they're not nailed down. And one of them was supposed to have happened already last weekend and it didn't. So I'm glad I didn't tell y'all about it. I don't want to tell you until they're actually confirmed, but we'll have some fun interviews coming up on my Facebook on The Secret Creations soon. Hopefully before Christmas, we'll get it all ironed out. And I've got some art things happening where I'm going to be giving away some gifts on my YouTube channel. If y'all want to go over there and follow The Secret Creations, then you can get notifications when I go live and find out what we're going to be giving away and what you have to do to get a gift. And yeah, so I'm going to go. Y'all have a really good night. It's going to time out. Peace, y'all. Be kind.